Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Time for Tidbit Tuesdays. So I'm going to piggyback a little bit on last week's when I talked about making sure that we update your application. The other thing that many people don't realize is you absolutely have to file a tax return every year. If you have marketplace coverage, whether you get a tax credit or not, you're going to receive a 1095 that you need, 1095A, that you need to give to your accountant. You're going to need it when you do your own taxes or if you go to H&R Block, especially if you go to one of those places. I've had several clients that went to H&R Block and they said, you didn't make enough money, you don't need to file. Yes, you do. That's one of the requirements of getting the tax credit is that you file a return every year. And because they're getting stricter on the enforcement of these things, is that you could very much lose your tax credit if you don't file your taxes, and you could actually lose your coverage. So if you didn't file, you have marketplace coverage this year and you didn't file your 2024 taxes, please go do that. Even if you owe no money, please go do your taxes, even if you have to do the paper form so you don't have to pay for it. Take it and send it in. It does take longer, but at least get it filed and send it where you have a receipt confirmation that they received it. And moving forward, you're going to have to ensure that you're filing your taxes every year. It can affect, like I said, your tax credit. You may get a refund because maybe we had you overpaying because we're guessing at your income, right? And if your income is different, lower than what we anticipated, you very well could get a refund. And then the opposite can be true too. If your income is way lower and you no longer qualify for a tax credit, you're going to have to pay some of that tax credit back. And they don't charge you an initial penalty, but you do have to pay that back. So it's very important you get that handled because, again, if in the future we're trying to apply for health insurance, it could greatly affect what's available to you. I anticipate that the computer system is it already knows when I plug in. This changed from not last year but the year before. You could actually process an application without a social and then go back later and either update it or send in confirmation of a social. But now you can't even process an application without a social security number. So every year they're adding more features and more things where they're cross-referencing, and there already is a little trigger if your income is too different than what it was in the previous year. It sets up a little alert, wants to know why your income is different than previous years, and there's some explanations you can pick from, like I changed my job, or I retired, or I'm self-employed. There's different options for that, but you have to select something. So I usually handle all of that, so clients don't always see that, only because I've had that conversation and I know what the answer is. But it's super important now that you file your taxes. So this is your chance to get that done now for 2024 if you've not already done it. This way it will not affect your enrollment for insurance in the upcoming enrollment November 1. So keep that in mind. Till next week. Peace out.